That was quite inspiring, I hope.
Yeah.
Awesome. You know, I want to take a minute and talk about the Hall of Fame. So the Hall of Fame is where we honor the outstanding achievements of individuals, where we say, hey, you have given your all. You've put in day after day and gone the 100%. Not just, oh, today I think I'll work out. Tomorrow I need to take a nap. No, they're out there working out and doing everything they can. They have to set goals for themselves and keep track. They have to stay focused. And as they do, things change for them. You know, listening to the song, it motivated me, it inspired me to write a little play. It's not long, but it takes place in a waiting room. And there are 3 people that have been nominated to the Hall of Fame, but they're not athletes. This is a different kind of Hall of Fame. And in a moment, we're going to see it all play out here before us and see who actually is inducted.
Hey, is this where you wait?
Yeah, I guess.
Is this your first time here?
Nope. I've been here several times.
Really? This is my first time here. Isn't it exciting?
Yes.
Are both of you waiting on the committee?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, I said. Come have a seat, join us. Is this the first time for you?
It is, yes.
Me too, but he said he's been here several times.
Yeah.
What do you think they're doing in there?
Oh, I think they're going over our stats. Maybe one last time before they make the decision.
What are our stats?
You know, our statistics, our
Okay.
achievements.
Okay. What are your stats?
Man, I have hundreds and hundreds of receipts showing how much money I've given to charities. You know, those needy people. It's a great tax write-off, my accountant says.
Okay. Well, I give where I can, but I don't always have the money to give the way I'd like to. What about you? Do you give?
Yes, I give as God guides me to. I used to worry about giving like you do. You know, I worried about how I was going to make ends meet if I gave my money away. Then one day, I was watching YouTube and saw a video on giving and receiving.
What did it say?
Well, it said if you truly believe God is your source, and if you give as God asks, He will provide for you. So since that day, I have partnered with God. I give as He asks. He's never let me down, and He's the best partner I've ever had.
Really?
Sure. And fairies are real too.
If you believe, then they are.
Partner? What do you mean partner? How do you partner with God?
So I committed to myself that I would tithe on all the money I earn. By giving my energy to God and not expecting God to be the only one giving, I created a continuous flow. I give and receive, and God gives and receives. And isn't that what a partnership is? It's an exchange of energy, whether it's in the form of an idea, an action, or even money. And I can tell you, God has had my back more times than I can count.
Sure. And I bet fairies have even helped you too. Ah!
Of course they have.
Yeah, God has been there for me several times. How long have you been tithing?
Not long, about 8 months.
If it's really working for you, then I bet you're raking in the cash.
Well, it doesn't work quite like that, but things are improving every day in all aspects of my life.
You should thank me for all the money I give to charities. Now that's a blessing that really makes a difference.
Thank you. And I'm sure the money is put to good use. But think of all the good you could do if you partnered with God. Imagine the synergy that could be created between your financial wealth and God's spiritual guidance. The two of you can make an even bigger difference in the world.
Partner? I don't need a partner. Believe me, I'm doing well enough on my own.
Okay, it was just a thought.
I tithe when I can, you know, here and there. I guess that means God's my partner.
Well, that's actually not really tithing. That's a gift or donation. A tithe is a set amount or percentage that you commit to on all of your earnings. It's like any relationship. You know, if you're only in it part-time, how committed are you really?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm just not sure about that commitment thing. Tithing regularly is a little scary when you're trying to make ends meet.
I know, it's true. I'm a single mom with 3 kids. When I first started tithing, I worked 2 part-time jobs making minimum wage.
Whoa, that sounds like things are really tight. I can't imagine what it must have been like for you. Me and Mike, we've had a few financial challenges, but nothing like yours. I believe in and trust in God, and if you could make that commitment, so can I.
Hey, could you guys take your conversation over there, please?
That's wonderful. I know God has great things in store for you. You know, I told you things have improved in my life. Last week, I received a large enough raise that I could quit my second job.
Really?
Now I work less hours for more money than ever before, and I have time for my kids. My commitment to God has become stronger, and I give thanks every day for all of the blessings I've received.
I look forward to all the blessings my new partner and I will create for my friends and family.
Well, the committee is complete. Congratulations, David and Meredith. You are inducted
Yay.
into the Hall of Fame.
Thank you, thank you.
And everyone will know your name.
Thank you.
Everyone will know your name.
That's so exciting. Thank you so much.
I hope you enjoyed the entertainment. But, you know, as we just watched, it's not about what we give. Because Jim's character was giving thousands of dollars to charity. So he was making some progress. And I'm sure that's what accounted for his wealth that he had. But he didn't seem very happy, did he? He disassociated from people because he was committed only to himself. He wasn't committed to the whole. And when we're willing to commit to greater, we can see the connection that we all have. And we're willing to stand up and lead by example. And when that happens, we create change. And we saw that in the play. Meredith's character, she was willing to stand in her truth, and she expressed with an open, loving heart. And as she did, she demonstrated the love that she had for others, no matter what the criticism was that came at her. Because it would have been easy for her to be curt and snide with Jim's character. She could have sunk right down where he was, very easily. But she didn't. She stood in her own truth. She knew who she was. She led by example. And through that demonstration of love, David's character was able to make a change. He saw the truth within his own heart of her actions. And that touched his heart. David, he loved God. There's no question about it. He loved God. But he wasn't sure about taking that next step, committing. And after listening to Meredith, he was willing to be fully committed, to move forward. And that was the change that we got to experience. He increased his own wealth, be it financially, spiritually, emotionally. We know that he went on. And don't you know that that committee was back there? I bet they were watching everything play out, you know. And he was probably inducted because he was willing to give freely with an open heart and love. I think that's why he made it into that Hall of Fame. And that's a Hall of Fame that I'd like to be in. So anyway, we had some fun, enjoyed it. It was a pleasure writing it. And I want to go back to the song for a moment. When I picked that song, or I should say God picked the song, because I was in here working, and all of a sudden it was like, here's a song, this is perfect. And I went, and I said, Cindy, I got a song, listen to it. She's like, oh, I like it. She goes, and I'm just like, I'm gone, There's no bringing me back. I'm like, yeah, it's a cool song, everybody's going to love it, they're going to enjoy it, they're going to get such a blessing. And Cindy's like, can we get a soundtrack for it? And I'm like, huh? And then the big one, who's going to sing it? I'm not worried about that. Nope, I'm on my way. It's done, that's it. Well, needless to say, she said the only person she could think of that could pull this song off would be Mike. And so we called him up on the phone, and it's like, and he's like, okay, I'm not sure I can do the song, but let me check into it and I'll get back with you. And I'm still gone, gone. And anyway, I want to say that Mike did the right thing, because what he did was go back and check on everything. He made sure that he could be fully committed to this event, to this song. He didn't just say, oh, yep, okay, I'll do it. And that's what happens to a lot of us. We get excited and we get caught up in the moment, and we have the best of intentions. And we say, sure, I'll do that. It sounds like fun. Or, I can do that. I know I can cover that. And then what happens? The event comes around, and something comes up. Or it's like, I didn't really get all that done. We never checked into it. We didn't see what all was going to be required of us. So what happens is that we start pulling our energy back. And why do we do that? Because we're not fully committed. And then we let other people down, and then we start to feel a little guilty. We throw that guilt card on ourselves all the time. But it's about how you want to give. So when we say we're going to do something, we need to think about it first, okay? We need to be willing to give that 100% before we truly commit. When Mike said he would do the song, we didn't have to think about it again. We didn't have to think about, does he have the soundtrack? Does he have the words? Does he have the equipment to do it? No, we never thought about it again. At least I didn't. I don't think Cindy did. She was involved in that beautiful ceremony that took place yesterday. And the reason why is because we know that Mike is fully committed to life. He's committed to stand forth as a leader and do what he says he's going to do. And when you find people who are committed, they're committed to all aspects of their lives, not just one. You see, they'll stand forth as an example, just as the character we saw with Meredith. No matter the criticism or critiques that she was receiving, she stood forth in her truth and was willing to express that. And Mike did the same. As, he pulled together the group that was needed to come up here and perform. They went all out on the song, and you could feel that energy. You could feel their energy flowing out to us. And as they were giving, we were out in the audience with open hearts, just receiving and taking it in. And that was a beautiful experience. We got to receive. And Mike got to give. But at the same time, we were giving back to him. We were giving back to him that thanks for the song. So there was a full circle. When he committed to do this song, he didn't expect any thanks. He wasn't expecting anything for this. He did it because he loves this church. He loves InnerQuest. And he did it for God. He was committed. And if we can open ourselves and commit to something, imagine our lives, how it could change within us. The Hall of Fame song, in it, it didn't matter who you were, what you did. Whether you were a teacher, politician, preacher, believer, leader, astronaut, champion, or truth seeker. What mattered was that you were committed, that you gave back to life, that you participated 100%, were there. Because that's what really matters in life. That's why the song touched me the way it did. You know, sometimes taking a leap of faith is having faith within ourselves, trusting that God is there for us and will have our back. I trusted that that song was going to be done because that's what God told me. I partnered with God, and the reason I was out in La La Land is because I had already got the confirmation. I knew it was going to be done, you know. A few days later, Cindy called me and said, yeah, Mike's confirmed. And I kind of went, huh? What? You know? What do you mean? Oh, okay. Because to me, it was a done deal. God already told me, song's done, it's covered, don't worry about it, don't think about it, go on. And it's kind of strange, and I don't know if any of you have ever experienced that, but it's an awesome feeling just to know something's done before it ever really is. You've got the confirmation within your heart. It's that connection to God. I want to tell you something about myself. Back when I started Metaphysics, I started coming to this church and immediately jumped into the Metaphysics class, and I do have to highly recommend it. It's great for anybody and everybody. It teaches you what metaphysics is, and it teaches you about yourself and who you really are, not who you think you are. Okay? Because that's a big one. Because when I started taking the class, I did a lot of self-examination. And I know that when I would come here on Sundays and they would, at the end of service, pass the offering basket, it was like, oh, tithe. Okay, and I'd put $5 in, maybe 10 at the most, you know, because this was my money, right? I'm earning it. And what does God need with the money? Because we all know the money doesn't go to God, right? It goes to pay for the power bill. It goes to pay for the building. It goes to pay for the minister's salary, Cindy and Patrick. And I was not responsible for that. Not at all. It wasn't my responsibility to take care of this. You know, I'm just coming here. God's got it covered. He's taking care of them. I don't need to do that, right? Well, the truth is, I did need to do that. The truth is, without my tithe, without your tithe, there would not be an inner quest. We wouldn't be able to come to this beautiful place, this sanctuary, where there are like minds to express themselves, to share thoughts and ideas, to stimulate our imagination. Because Cindy and Patrick are just, they're stewards of this church. And we are the people that drive it. We support them and make all of this possible. Without our tithes, they could not support us in our walk. And imagine how empty that could be. There was a council meeting it was a congregational meeting a little while back. And one of the things that was discovered while we were going over the finances is that we have 100+ members. And out of those 100+ members, only 23 are consistent tithers. Now, that means 23 people are paying for these lights, are paying for the salary of our ministers, are paying to take care of the property on a regular basis. And there are those who come in and give freely, beautiful offerings. But just like the play, imagine what a difference we could make here at InnerQuest, out in the world, within our own lives, if we actually partnered and lived and believed what we said. It could You know, when I was going through metaphysics too, I did self-examination and realized at one point, was I really acting with what I said I believed? And I realized, what am I doing? What am I really doing? My actions are not conveying what I'm saying I believe. So therefore, what I'm saying, I really don't believe. And that was a blow. That was devastating. It was right there before me, the truth of the matter. I was not committed. I didn't believe God was my source because I was not tithing regularly. How could I grow? How could my partnership and relationship with God become even more as I'm going through seminary if I wasn't doing what I said I believed? So when we do something wrong to someone we love, we want to make it right. So I did. I became a regular tither, and when I did that, I was giving without judgment at that point, where before it was like, there were conditions on what I gave. They didn't need it. Now I'm giving freely. And when I started doing that, things started changing for me. I noticed at work, I wasn't being judged as much as I had been. I was receiving wonderful reviews, increases in salary. My relationship became greater. My life was changing from the inside out because now the words weren't just coming out of my life. I was demonstrating them out in the world. So if you're not receiving the way you'd like, you may want to take a look at how you're giving. Are there conditions? We have to set our intentions as we give so that we can move through this world that God's provided for us. He wants to see us expand and become greater beyond our own selves. And as we do that, He's going to be there. His commitment is to you, to support you in everything you do. So if we can commit to God and walk in the words that we say, we believe, imagine the difference we can make in this world. I could see the world totally expanded and brighter, and I believe that's the way we're moving. So I want you to see yourself partnering with God unconditionally. I want to see your hearts opening up and expanding and creating something new and something wonderful in your life as you see the greater. And as we support each other, we can do nothing but prosper in all aspects. And thank you. So, who's ready to go within and take a moment? And I want you to go into your heart. And as you go into your heart, Jesus is waiting there in that special place. The place where you go to for security and comfort. And as you arrive there, I want you to look into Jesus' eyes. I want you to feel that unconditional love He has for you. Because that's the love God has for you. And just feel that love radiating out and permeating every cell of your body. Feel that wonderful blessing washing over you. And now I want you to see yourself just taking off, just lifting up into the sky and soaring. Because you are filled with love and light. You are expanded. And just feel that expansion growing as you move out into the universe. And the further out you move, I want you to see ahead of you a desire. See it unfolding before you. That thing that you've always wanted in your life. Be it the wonderful, perfect relationship, perfect job, perfect car. Just let it unfold before you. And as it does, I want you to send your unconditional love to it, that love that's in your heart. As you're sending that love, know that God is there, supporting that dream, supporting that desire. And as you invest your energy, feel God's energy flowing into it. It may feel different. The picture may be expanding. See it as yours. See it as truth. Here and now, not in the future. Believe it is yours, because God is willing to give it to you. I want you to send thanks now to God for the blessing. And feel Jesus touch you on the shoulder as it's time to come back through the universe. Back down into your heart. And as you stand there in that special place with Jesus, send your thanks to him for conveying this wonderful message to you. The message of unconditional love from God. And feel the love he has for you. And it's time to come back out of your heart. And as we do, we take that energy, we take that blessing with us to the here and now, as that seed is ready to unfold in reality. That seed of truth within each of us. And we give thanks. Take a breath and slowly open your eyes. I hope your seeds germinate quickly and easily. Enjoy the week.